Hey there, welcome to the L Zone from Cambodia. Walking around here to look for a spot where I can sit down and chat with y'all for a minute and go over a few things and discuss the likelihood of me possibly staying here in Cambodia. So far, I liked it, and let me see if I can sit here, see if the lighting is good over here next to this pool. Okay, how's that? Is that good? Okay. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Um, yeah, so I'm enjoying it here in Cambodia, Phnom Penh. So far, so good. As always in life, you're going to have some obstacles, right? And that's okay because without problems, there are no solutions, right? So every day we get up, we got to come up with some um, solution to some form of a problem, even if it's just turning on your computer, okay, and trying to find the files that you're looking for. I hope I'm getting the lighting right here, and I hope everyone can hear me clearly. I guess I'll know that after I finish um, the video because I'm not going live. I'm just going to do this like this. So, yeah, so let's see. Um, why I chose Cambodia? Well, from the research that I did, I chose Cambodia for me because it seemed like the best solution to a lot of the visa issues in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia. Each country has their, you know, their border um, restrictions and their visa um, laws. And here it seems that everything is a little bit more lenient. Even when I got off the plane, um, it just seems like they were so accommodating. And they gave me an option. That was the first thing. They actually gave me an option. It wasn't like, um, welcome to this country. This is what it is. Um, where will you be staying? And pretty much that's it. They actually give you an option. You want to stay professional, or you want to stay a personal. And me with my dumb behind, I'm just like, what's a professional? And they put up with my, and what's the difference? And they put up with my nonsense without knowing any of the language. And it just comes out that the professional, you get longer stay, and it's just like a $5, you know, extra entry fee. So you get the option. The personal, I don't think you get the option. You don't get the option to update. You have to like take a border ride, take a border run, or leave the country. I think for the 30 days, but for the professional one, you can stay. And so I did that. So that was a pleasant feeling just coming in. Then um, the option for me that I heard that you could actually work here in Cambodia. Even in my age of 67, you know, I like to work. And I tell the people all the time, even if I had $220 million in the bank, I still would want to work. I don't feel like sipping pina coladas on the beach and letting my brain rot, not using it. Um, and maybe drinking myself to a coma, not that I drink. But yeah, I don't think that's the right, for me, again, I don't think that's the right road for me. So, um, yeah, so just the fact that you can work, I came out the gate as soon as I found a place in a hotel room looking for work. Silly me, right? But at the same time, um, it's kind of good that I did, and I'm following that mindset, because I don't know what's going on with everyone else over there in America right now. But the little bit that they was giving me, and I mean a small amount of Social Security they were giving me, my own money that I worked for, they were chopping it. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with everyone else. You can write in the comments below and let me know what's going on with you personally, if this is happening to you. But they claimed that I owed them for Part B medical. Now, that comes with, that was something that's supposed to come free. I guess, that's why a lot of other people in America is fighting for Medicaid for everyone, or, medical for everyone. But, yeah, so they claimed I owed them for my money. Mind you, they had took money from me 2 years ago. Took my Social Security for a whole year because they said I was working. And I'm inclined to want to ask them, not that you can find anybody nowadays over there, who told you I was working? And, well, I know they got computers and everything, but what I'm saying is, what is your inclination of looking up my information and just trying to find money that y'all can just take it? You never investigated in all the other things in reference to jobs that I know that was reported for certain companies and law firms that I know they reported, but I'm not getting money in compensation from that. So, yeah, so, all these little things. And again, it's like the universe has told me, look for some work. So I did. I started looking for work, and online. So through Facebook groups, Phnom Penh Facebook groups, I found a gentleman that was telling me he could get me work, and he referred me to another man. And that man, we sat down and had lunch, and he referred me to another man that has a company. And from then, I kind of like so-called got hired. He also fired me 3 times already, but hired me back again. That's another story for another video, I guess, if anybody's interested in this little personal thing. It's kind of funny. But the fact that I could actually work here, and I found work that fast, less than 3 weeks, was kind of awesome, Now, it's Southeast Asia, and if anybody know, I know, because I used to hire people from Southeast Asia years ago in my companies that I've had, because I've had 2 or 3 companies, hired and fired people. And they usually pay 30 days net. Yeah. And I didn't like, I had to come to understand and respect that, because again, different country, different cultures, different things. And for me, as a person that was hiring, it kind of worked out, right? I could hire a person. They're used to getting paid every 30 days, not for me to say, well, I want to pay you weekly. Of course they probably would have took it, but they're used to getting paid 30 days net. And to an employer, that's kind of to your advantage, because, if your business is generating money, right, you can actually, hire somebody, and you can pay them, within 30 days, if you're starting out, your business is small, so forth and so on. But me, as far as working, oh my God, I would never do that. So, this is why I had came up with certain businesses in the Philippines. And I was selling hamburgers at a hamburger stand. I was selling them all through the malls, hot dog. I was calling it the American burger. I was making my own style of hamburger. And I made sure I had a pickle on it, and the meat was very thin, but, it was a hamburger. And I was getting requests, throughout the malls. There was lunchtime. There were certain stores that would call me and request an order, and certain French fries I would make, and I would deliver. And in churches, there was churches that was buying from me. So I'd also had a little business that was like a call center kind of thing, and I hired about 12 12 single moms in the Philippines, and they were doing some work for me, and I was making a pretty good amount of money, and I was paying everybody. To one jealous female didn't like it, and she messed up the business. But that's a whole nother long story. The point is here that I can work. I can make some money. When I was in Thailand, that is not the case, and I was frustrated a lot in Thailand because you're locked in this box. And again, with the climate that's going on in the U.S., and not knowing it was going to get to this point, but I always have a little feeling. I always got an intuition. A spiritual angel is always telling me, listen. And sure enough, for whatever reason, they deducted my money. Now they pretty much took it all with another letter saying that they're going to pay me later. And for, it's just they talk out of their mouth with this legalese, and they promised they were going to send some money on a certain date and didn't do that in the letter. So, at any rate, what I'm going to do long term is focus on my channels. That's why try to be making videos every day, and relating to y'all what I'm going through, as far as my daily activities, what's going on with my progress, and that's about it. I mean, I have to create my own income. I've done it for so many other companies before, so I got to create my own income. I got serious about that, which is making more videos. I'm monetized with YouTube, but I haven't been making enough videos. So I got to make more videos, upload more videos. I also have another channel that I will be streaming. It's a children's channel. You can probably see it down below. If you click on it, click on it and support it. Go support it. Don't forget to click that like button and share this video, and click the notification button also, man. As they say, it helps get you a long way. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody for signing up and being part of my channel. The L Zone. I got to come up with a term for the L Zone people. I'll come up with a term and a T-shirt. And that's what I do. I'm rebranding myself, so I will come up with a T-shirt, a slogan, but So my children's channel, I'll also start streaming it, live streaming it, so I don't have to, because my concept of business is, which is not my concept, but it's just a basic business principle, that you don't work for your company, or you don't work for your business works for you. And that's at any level, marketing, or I don't care if it's McDonald's, right? Even if you manage at McDonald's, you're not the one, you're counting the money. You're not making the hamburgers, you're not making the French fries, you're not behind the counter. That wouldn't be a business model. That'd be more like an entrepreneur running around trying to do everything yourself. That's not a business. That's entrepreneur. It's like now. This is one of the reasons I never liked being in front of the camera and that, because the business model to me, defeats my level of understanding in reference to what is a business. Because if I got to be here, and I don't mind being here, for anybody that needs any information about overseas or Southeast Asia, I'm here. I'm here for you. Let me, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. I'm gonna do my best. But I'm gonna put this ugly mug on the camera. It's got to be here, and that means, I'm like, it's like an entrepreneur, because AI, automated videos, is working on its own without my face. That's more of a business model for me. This is like more of an entrepreneur thing, And so the AI I've already made the videos, and I can stream them in a live format, and they can accumulate their own financial, money. Then I can start to accumulate my financial freedom, with the collection of those kind of channels, and also this one. I don't know if y'all are seeing me good. I don't know what's going on, but the sun is getting very bright over here, and so much that I can't see the camera, so I don't know if y'all can see me. So I'm gonna walk around over here a little bit in the shade. I hope that does a little better. I hope that's better. How's that? Okay, we're doing okay. I hope that's great. Okay. A little crooked. How's that? Okay. Good. All right. Not so much sun in my face. So, yeah. So there's so much to see here. I mean, between the street food, the different markets, the supermarkets, and the prices. I heard in America that the eggs is like, some people are saying $9, some people are saying $13 for eggs a dozen. Here it's only $1.23. So um, that's kind of what it's like here on an economic scale. And there are some things, that you'll get if they are American brand because of, I think, because of the tariffs and things like that. I think, they might cost American prices, but a lot of times you can get just a local brand. You don't have to have Skippy peanut butter. It can be peanut butter and almost just be just as good. A lot of the food here is not so processed. A lot of the food here is more naturally grown, right, straight from the farm, um, and then sometimes straight to the table or just straight to the supermarket. Again, though, that's what I like about Cambodia. Um, the, the the things you can get here. Wow, a tree, a palm tree just fell, like it want to be part of the conversation or something. That's dangerous. Ah, yeah, that's what happens sometimes. The leaves, they dry up and they fall, they shed. Security guard is right here, coming to get it. It's on his job. Wow. Yeah. So I'm thinking like I've just gotten here, so I'm trying to work out my budgets and everything. Figure it all out. This is a different type place. It's pretty much owned and run by Chinese, and there's a lot of Chinese also living here. I'm kind of accustomed to that culture because I was raised on the Lower East Side of New York, and it's Chinatown, right next to Chinatown. Eventually, Chinatown spread out, almost predominantly Chinatown, Lower East Side, but that's another story. But I was raised in a mixed culture, African Americans, Puerto Ricans, um, Chinese, Jewish over here, Italians. Italy was right there, so it's like a little melting pot. It's probably one of the reasons, I easily get along with different cultures and things. But yeah, so economically things are pretty good here, and I can't argue with that. Financially. So, but I have to get myself financially straight now because of it seems like you cannot, and that's what people emphasize over and over when they come here is make sure you have your thing together financially before you come over here. And a lot of times in life you can plan, well, what do they say? When man plans, God laughs. Okay, so so whatever's going over in the United States, I'm not really getting any feedback because they're not sending me any emails in reference to. They're just sending me these letters saying they're going to do this, going to do that, and even what they say in the letters, they don't do, or they do something else, which is very confusing. So there's no depending on that, obviously. So I have to find quickly a new way. So hopefully this job thing will come through. Again, like I said, it's a 30-day net thing, and they're still seeing where I'm at in reference to a placement or not. Um, and if so, fine. That'll be some income coming in. If not, I still have to be responsible to make sure I'm bringing income in. So my trick of the deal is, like I said, this channel I'll be uploading every day now. Just talking to y'all, whether you want to hear it or not. Hopefully you want to hear it. And then working on my children's channel, Rocket Minds Academy, yeah, and streaming that, which I actually got to, I got to go to and set up for some streaming, because I learned and taught myself AI. So I created a children's channel with the music and the kids channel and everything. And now I'm teaching myself streaming, how to stream the content, And basically what I'm doing, don't tell everybody, but part of my journey as far as the L Zone is building my own network, my own empire, like Cartoon Network or Netflix. I have about 5 channels that I've done, and those are just a drop in the bucket with all the content I have in my head and I have on paper. But I'm only one man. Like I said, one man can't do all of that on his own. He's going to have a team or so forth, or I have to have a strategy. So my strategy right now is getting this channel. I've got it monetized. I got this channel monetized. That was my goal. And it took me a year. Got it monetized, and that was even being sick a couple of months, time, dealing with my family, coming back and forth. And so I really wasn't really pressed on it until the time came where I said, well, I got to get this monetized. So I and I got it monetized. So I got it monetized. Now I got to feed it so it'll bring me money. So hopefully y'all will help me feed the YouTube algorithm and help a brother out. And so now this is monetized. Now I want to get to the next channel monetized. So I'll be streaming it. And yeah, and so I'll have 2 channels working for me. So that's about it. There's so much I want to get into, but I got to get back in the house because this is the weekend. This is the weekend now, and I'm doing this stuff because I have time. I'm not working. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this during the weekdays that I'm working, and film and get something up every day. I'm gonna have to figure that out because that's the goal. And until then, I will be, trying to master this craft here on the weekends like now. So it's Saturday here now. I'm gonna have to go back in there and start editing the kids' video stuff so I can upload it and stream it on its own, and we see how that does. And I'll keep you all updated. But go down the bottom and also ask me any questions if you want. And I'll also leave a link to the company that I'm working for because they actually do visas and a lot of other stuff like that, And yeah, if you need that kind of help, you're coming abroad or here in Cambodia, let me know, and I'll refer you to them or hook you up with them. Okay. So thank you very much for being here and coming to the L Zone. Denis Elmore signing off. Appreciate you all, and see you next time.